Hi guys, and welcome to another unboxing and first impressions. The reason I'm holding this King Seiko 45, one of my most beautiful watches that I own and one that I'm completely in love with, is because the watch that we're about to unbox kind of catches the spirit of this design, and you're gonna see in a minute when we open it what I mean by that. So let's move away the King Seiko and see what I got. I got the new Wise AD773. Now Wise, while we're opening this box, comes from Thailand, and this is actually the second Wise that I feature on the channel. The first one was the AD8, which is the Adamascus diver, and if you follow my channel, you know I keep raving about that watch, that it was the best finished and cleanest microbrand watch I ever featured, and it is true. So this model has a pretty large pair of shoes to fill in. So let's open the box. It comes with a standard cardboard box that hides one of the most beautiful microbrand boxes, which is made out of wood, and it's matte wood. It's not like lacquered, and I like it like this with the engraved Wise logo and Wise inscription. Once we open that one, inside you have this protective foam, Wise Adamascus. You have the watch itself, you have their thank you card, as you can see. You have the hang tag. There we go. Proud to be Thailand. Now they claim, and they claimed when they sent the AD8, that they hand assemble each watch, being very careful about the quality control, and that watch actually proved it. The AD8 was and still is the most impressive microbrand watch I ever reviewed. So let's check this one out. You have the watch on this. Once you pull that out, there you go. It comes on a blue leather strap, but inside you get an additional black one. You get the warranty card that's done in metal. You get the strap changing tool and additional pair of spring bars. Very cool and very nice, quite luxurious packaging. And this watch is priced at $700. Considering the packaging and everything, and the specs that I'm gonna talk about in a second, it's pretty good. Okay, so let's remove this protective thingy, zoom in, and check out the watch. And here it is. So look at it. Like I said, $700. This is 39 millimeters in diameter, 46 or 47, I believe, lug to lug, and just 11 millimeters thick. And that's 11 millimeters with this crystal, which is boxed sapphire. So if you remove the crystal, this is probably like an under 10 millimeter watch. And look at the lines of the case, which is done in Damascus steel. That AD8 that I reviewed was actually made in 904L, like Rolex type of steel. And here's what I mean when I say that it has kind of the design language of the King Seiko. Look at the lines, look at the boxed sapphire. Naturally, King Seiko has much sharper lines because this one, the 45, is probably the perfect representation of the grammar of design. But this thing kind of catches that spirit, but in a more modern package and in a more modern way. And look how both of them catch the light and shimmer with these faceted markers and hands. King Seiko, not even that much as this one does. Applied markers, and we're gonna see, and look at that blue seconds hand. Oh my god. The dial is silver sunburst effect. You have the date at 6 o'clock. Truly stunning. In person, I mean, on the renders, I fell in love as soon as I saw this watch. When they agreed to send it, I was more than ecstatic. I was very, very happy. The thickness comes also from the movement used, which in this case is a Miyota 9019. 9019 is actually a version of the 9015, which is more famous, but it has lower clearance for the hands, so you can make a thinner watch. So the hands can be actually positioned closer to the dial and closer to each other. So it's like an ultra thin version of the 9015, although the movement itself is identical to 9015 in both specs and width and the thickness itself. But because of the lower clearances, the whole watch actually gets to be thinner. So it beats away 28,800 BPH, comes with both hacking and hand winding, and this model, despite being this dressy and everything, actually comes with a screw-in crown and 100 meters of water resistance. So if you pull it to the first click, you get to change the date. And I don't know if it shows on the camera. I'm gonna have all that ready for the macro shots. but the date disc has a very metallic look to it. It's not like standard white plastic, it looks more like it's metal. But like I said, when I do the macro shots and in the full review, we're gonna see how it looks. From here, it does look quite impressive. Now, I do hope that this watch lives to my expectations that the AD8 setup, because let's say Christopher Ward, for example, in these shots when I'm doing the unboxing looks pretty much perfect, just like this one does. As you can see, shimmers, catches the light, everything looks beautiful. And then when I get to the macro level in the full reviews, each and every one of them had like scratched up hands, dust, smudges, except for the Bel Canto. Bel Canto was like a step up. So I wonder if this one is going to be just like the AD8, because AD8 was on par with my Rolex Submariner when it comes to the finish and quality control. Not a single like drop, or not drop, but like a single speck of dust, and no scratches, no smudges, and nothing. It was amazingly finished and amazingly made watch. I do hope this one is the same. Like I said, it has a pretty large pair of shoes to fill in because the AD8 really set the bar high. Now at $700 and these specs, and also this is also sapphire with inner AR coating, which is amazing. And this is sapphire and being Damascus steel and Miyota 9019, like the $700 price tag is actually pretty okay. If it's as finished as the AD8, then it becomes the bargain of the century. But we're gonna see that in the full review. Okay, so let's try to put it on my wrist, which is 6.5 inches. We're gonna do a lume shot because this watch does have lume, and that's gonna be it for today. I have to admit, in recent couple of months, this has to be the prettiest watch I've handled. Oh my God, let me just try to get the keeper up. My smallish hands, wrists are making a problem. Okay, I don't feel like doing it anymore. So there you go. The strap is kind of long for me, but I also didn't pull the keeper all the way. And here it is on my 6.5 inch wrist, 39 by 47. It is a pretty perfect modern dimension, but you know me, I prefer, when it comes to these dressy all dial designs, I do prefer a smaller watch. So the 36mm King Seiko is actually a perfect size for my wrist. But if your wrist is bigger than 6.5, or if you're not that much of a fan of a very small watch, this is gonna wear perfectly. And look how thin it is. It really does wear like a sub 10mm watch, which is something I like. Even the buckle is actually Damascus steel. And I talk about attention to detail. Very cool. The only thing that I would change, I would put it on a dressier strap, although I understand why they went with this one, because it matches the blue seconds head. Okay, let's check out that dial once again. I'm sorry, I'm starting to ramble because I said everything that I wanted to say, but I can't stop admiring this watch. Wow. I really do like what Wise is doing. They keep like making like this fresh and new design, and each one of their watches is original in looks, which is very, very impressive. And to truth be told, each one of them is very pretty. This one in particular. Look how the faceted markers catch the hand. Oh my God. Truly beautiful. Okay, let's charge the watch for a few seconds and then we're gonna turn off the lights to see how it looks. Okay. Let the camera focus. And turn off the light. And there we go. The lume is actually quite impressive. It's a BGW9, glows blue, and is pretty intense, especially considering how little it is. I mean, how small of an amount you have applied. So this thing is very, very usable in the dark, despite being this dressy. I'm really liking it. Okay, let's zoom in and check out the dial again. And that beautiful hand. I do like the framing of the window. I like the symmetry. Everything is really well executed. Now, Damascus steel is something that it's an acquired taste, and this one is polished all over. Very cool. I'm personally not a huge fan of this. I would rather like to see this in regular steel, but like a combination of brushed and polished surfaces. But I know people rave about it. Now, it's probably gonna grow on me by the time I do the review. We're gonna see. But an amazing piece. So very dressy in nature, I mean in looks, but in execution, like a screw down crown, the lume, it's actually quite sporty, even the strap. So a very, very cool watch. Can't wait to put this under macro to see if it lives up to the hype that the AD8 created in me. Anyways, that's it when it comes to this unboxing and first impressions. I will leave the link to the Wise webpage so you can check it out. And stay tuned for the full review. I'll see you in the next one, and bye.